In the heart of the Sword Coast North, there lies a village named Phandalin, its history woven like threads in a grand tapestry that spans ages. Ah, Phandalin, a haven of fortune and splendor that graced the realm during the illustrious 10th century DR. Its streets flowed with rivers of golden prosperity, and its very air seemed to shimmer with the promise of endless riches. But hark! Alas, fate is a fickle mistress, and even the brightest stars may find themselves eclipsed by shadows. In the year 951 DR, a horde of fearsome orcs descended upon the village like a wave of doom, their roars echoing through the hills and valleys. Like a tempest, they struck with fury, leaving naught but devastation in their wake. Phandalin, once resplendent, was left desolate and abandoned, its dreams shattered like fragile glass. Yet let not despair cloud your hearts, for the embers of hope have a way of smoldering through the darkest of nights. Through the centuries, as time's river flowed on, the winds of destiny carried whispers of a renaissance. It was in the waning light of the 15th century that Phandalin's story took an unexpected turn. Picture a tapestry of frontier dreams woven by the hands of resilient farmers and intrepid prospectors. The village rose again. With the courage of lions and the tenacity of mountain oaks, they toiled to rebuild what had once been lost. The village of Phandalin emerged once more, casting its hopeful glow upon the landscape, a beacon of human spirit undimmed by the passage of time. Lo and behold, in the latter days of the 15th century DR, a transformation as wondrous as a sorcerer's spell befell the land of Phandalin. Once a modest and seemingly mundane hamlet, it had arisen anew upon the remnants of its former self. Verily, the architects of fate had woven a tapestry of change, and Phandalin's destiny was to be altered forevermore. Gone were the days of unadorned simplicity, for the town that had once stood unremarkably now bore the marks of ambition and industry. The frontiersfolk, who toiled like giants shaping the earth, had raised not just buildings, but monuments as well. 50 structures, sturdy as the mountains themselves, arose from the earth. Logs and flagstones, united by the sweat and dreams of its inhabitants, formed the very fabric of this burgeoning town. Ah, but that was not all. As if by some ancient enchantment, 3 deep wells sprang forth like fountains of life, providing the precious nectar of water to the growing populace. Imagine the sight of these life-giving oases, a testament to the triumph of humanity over the arid grasp of the earth. Yet, the heart of this transformed town beat with more than mere practicality. A symphony of sights graced its streets, an apple orchard, flourishing on the western frontier, and a ruin-crowned hill to the east, a reminder of times long past. These were not mere features, they were legends woven into the very landscape. And what of the townsfolk, you ask? They were more than mere residents, they were the pulse of Phandalin. A town square, a sanctuary of chatter and camaraderie, saw the congregation of souls, like stars gathering in the sky for a celestial dance. Beside it, a town green stretched its welcoming arms, inviting all to bask in its gentle embrace, as if the very earth cradled its children. Oh, the journey to this village of legends was no mere jaunt, but a voyage that led adventurers through the tapestry of the wilds. South of the mystic Neverwinter Wood, where the trees whispered ancient secrets, Phandalin stood resolute. Northeastward, beyond the confines of imagination, one could find Leylon, a crossroads where roads melted into trails, a place where reality itself seemed to fold and weave. This was a place where nature's bounty and the treasures of adventuring mingled like old friends at a grand feast. The land was imbued with a richness that stirred the hearts of those who dared to dream. A region where the very earth seemed to sing with tales of grand exploits and fabled riches, beckoning the brave-hearted to uncover its veiled mysteries. And oh, the skies above this enchanting realm. A temperate climate where the sun's embrace was gentle and the heavens wept in measured rhythm, bestowing upon the land an annual rainfall like precious jewels cascading from the heavens themselves. The earth drank of this gift, and in return, it gave forth its blossoms and life, a dance of harmony between the heavens and the earth. As if the gods themselves wished to grace the villagers with a glimpse of their grandeur, the towering ice spire peak loomed majestically on the horizon. When the sky was clear, a sight to behold, its snowy peak caught the sun's rays, turning it into a beacon that could be seen from the heart of the village. A reminder that even the mightiest of mountains could be touched by the gentle hand of beauty. The lands that cradled Phandalin were a symphony of abundance, a chorus of nature's blessings that sung harmoniously with the dreams of its inhabitants. Here, where the soil was as welcoming as a mother's arms, farming and ranching flourished. Fields ripe with bounty stretched out, a testament to the partnership between labor and nature, as if the earth itself yielded its treasures willingly to those who tended it with care. The proximity to the bewitched Neverwinter wood added a dash of enchantment to this idyllic scene. A woodcutting and logging industry arose as brave souls ventured into the depths of the wood, harnessing its ancient growth for the needs of the village. The trees seemed to whisper secrets to those who dared to listen, their tales becoming the very marrow of Phandalin's prosperity. Yet, let not the forest steal all the spotlight, for the nearby Sword Mountains held secrets as precious as the stars themselves. The mountains, as if cloaked in the treasure of legends, yielded their bounty to those who dared delve into their depths. Gold and platinum glimmered like sunlight upon still waters, while ore, that elusive promise of mastery over metal. But it did not end there. The mountains shared their secrets generously, timber hewn from the heart of the earth, a gift of strength to those who shaped it. Skins, a tribute to the wild creatures that roamed the land. And the rare and coveted cold iron, a substance that seemed to possess a touch of the otherworldly. Phandalin flourished, a village nestled between earth and sky, its riches as varied as the colors of a rainbow. From the gentle embrace of the earth to the whispering woods and the mountains' vaults of treasure, the village stood as a testament to the fruitful marriage of endeavor and the boundless generosity of nature herself. Long ago, in the dawn of time's memory, Phandalin's story began as a simple farming community, its fields waving like a sea of emerald under the sun's benevolent gaze. But, within its humble embrace lay secrets as dazzling as stars in the night sky. Mages and enchanters walked among its people, their very presence casting a mystical sheen upon the land, as if magic itself danced in the air. Circa the 10th century DR, the village joined the illustrious Phandelver's Pact, an accord that opened the gates to the Forge of Spells, a font of enchantment beyond imagination, and the treasures that lay beneath the earth in Wave Echo Cave. A symphony of power and dreams echoed through the land, and Phandalin's name began to gleam like a jewel in the crown of the Sword Coast North. By the time the year of the Doomguard, 950 DR, unfurled its tapestry, Phandalin had transformed into a thriving metropolis, a melting pot of humans, gnomes, and dwarves, bound together by a shared vision of greatness. The Forge of Spells and the pact that granted it life had not only ignited their ambitions but set ablaze their desire to outshine even the radiant city of Neverwinter, a city that gleamed like a distant star on the coast. In those resplendent days, the town's unity was legendary, its cooperative spirit etched into history by none other than the wise Mayor Alderleaf. His words, captured in the tome, The Wonders of Phandalin, were more than ink on parchment. They were a testament to the magic of camaraderie, a symphony of lives intertwined like threads in a master weaver's tapestry. Yet, even as Phandalin's star ascended, shadows gathered on the horizon. The orc realm of Urith Eucrypt, like a tempest hungry for sustenance, turned its gaze towards the land. Overhunting had emptied their larders, and their hunger turned them to raiders. And as I have mentioned previously, Phandalin was not spared, and in the year of the empty hourglass, 951 DR, the village fell, overrun by the marauding horde. Its streets, once a bustling hub of life, were left empty, as if even the very wind held its breath in mourning. It was whispered in hushed tones that the orcs were aided by sinister wizards, their magic like a dark tide that led the way to the ruinous path of Wave Echo Cave. The treasures and enchantments within now lay in the hands of the very darkness that had consumed Phandalin. For centuries, the village lay abandoned, its heartbeat silenced. Monsters prowled its alleys, and only passing rangers dared to tread its forlorn streets, finding respite within the secure structures that once thrived with life. But remember that even the shadows cannot hold dominion over the land forever, and the tale of Phandalin, like a phoenix in slumber, awaited the moment when destiny's hand would awaken it from its long rest. As time flowed like a river winding through the annals of history, Phandalin, once a fallen star, began to stir in the mid to late 14th century DR. A ruin, yet not forgotten, it stood as a relic along the grand tapestry of the Sword Coast. Its walls whispered of a bygone era, its spirit an echo of a time when its streets were filled with life. Visitors who dared to tread upon its time-worn stones were met with a cautionary tale woven into its very waters. 3 wells, still brimming with liquid life, held within them a mystery darker than the night. One of these wells, like a poisoned chalice, contained a toxin veiled by undetectable magic. A toxin deadly to all but the brutish orcs and their half-blood kin. A chilling reminder that even in the embrace of ruins, danger lingered, a sentinel guarding the secrets of the past. Yet, as the shadows of history stretched their fingers over the land, a new chapter unfurled. Before the year of lightning storms, 1374 DR, dawned upon the world, Phandalin's silence was broken. A resurrection of spirit, a symphony of industry, echoed through its streets once more. A hard-working village, its resolute heart beat to the rhythm of determination, a determination that carved its path through the stone and soil. A figure, a man by the name of Danley, emerged as a beacon of leadership, gathering a fellowship of veterans scarred by the Shadow War. With an audacious plan, they set their sights on the cold iron mines, its treasures buried within the heart of the earth. The beasts that dwelled within these depths, monstrous and merciless, were to be vanquished by the hands of these brave souls. Yet, as destiny's hand often shapes the course of fate, the shadows of intrigue descended upon this endeavor. 2 representatives, emissaries of a curious entity known as the Cold Mining Company, arrived in Phandalin, bearing claims of ownership over the very mines that Danley sought to reclaim. Doubts cast their shadow, suspicions grew like tendrils of ivy, as the village questioned the motives behind these claims. A plot thickened, its layers peeling away like the petals of a mystery flower. The Cold Mining Company was not what it seemed, its true nature concealed beneath layers of deceit. Its leaders, Daniel Meriwether and Chester Paulson, were revealed as Oni mages, shapeshifters who wielded magic like a web of illusion. The very mines they claimed to possess were infested by disguised orcs and bugbears, creatures that had hidden their true forms beneath a veil of deception. In a climax that could only be born from the realms of legend, Danley rallied the villagers and a group of mercenaries in alliance with the merchant Princess Sasani. Together, they unveiled the truth, exposing the Oni mages and their monstrous minions for what they were. The Cold Mining Company, a mask behind which dark forces schemed, was unmasked, its deceit brought to light. And so, the triumph of truth echoed through the streets of Phandalin. As time wandered on, the second era of Phandalin saw the echoes of the spell plague sweep across the land like a song of transformation, and once more found itself ensnared in the embrace of ruin. In the wake of cataclysmic change, a resurgence was seeded, a story that would echo through the ages. Around the year of the Nether Mountain Scrolls, 1486 DR, as the world continued to mend its wounds, settlers with hearts unyielding from Neverwinter and Waterdeep turned their gaze upon the forgotten village. A symphony of hammers and determination swept through the ruins, as time-worn stones were lifted once more to build anew. The phoenix, having risen twice before, spread its wings again, and by the year of the Scarlet Witch, 1491 DR, Phandalin emerged from the ashes once again. But, oh, the path to prosperity was not without its challenges. Two shadows loomed upon the horizon, like storm clouds threatening to obscure the sun. The first, a band of miscreants known as the Redbrands or the Redbrand Ruffians, set their roots in Phandalin, their lair a stain beneath Trezendar Manor. Their deeds, dark and terrible, included extortion of local businesses, the nefarious sale of travelers into slavery, and the grim demise of the woodcarver Theldendra, a tragedy etched in defiance. A group of adventurers fierce as the legends of old embarked on a quest within a quest to unearth the heart of this darkness, facing the infamous Iarno Albrecht, a renegade with a vendetta. As the tale unfurled, battles raged, secrets unveiled, and the land trembled with the echoes of destiny. Through trials and tribulations, the adventurers followed the tendrils of fate, setting their gaze upon the Cragmaw Castle and the cavernous embrace of Wave Echo Cave. In the castle's shadowy depths, they clashed with goblins, untangled the threads of treachery, and with luck on their side, rescued the map to the cave's heart. And so, the moment of reckoning arrived. The adventurers stood before the maw of Wave Echo Cave, a labyrinthine chasm where history intertwined with magic. Echoes of battles past whispered through the caverns, their steps like echoes of heroes before them. Against the backdrop of darkness, doppelgangers lurked, deceit like a shadow cast upon their every move. And there, at the heart of it all, the Black Spider himself emerged, like a specter from the very depths of legend. The caverns echoed with the clash of steel and the symphony of incantations. And as the dust settled, and the moon's light pierced the darkness, they found themselves standing before the Forge of Spells, a font of enchantment that held the power to shape destinies. The second challenge, as if plucked from ancient legend, was the arrival of Cryovane, a white dragon who claimed dominion over Icespire Hold, casting his icy gaze upon the region surrounding Phandalin. His wings beat with menace, and his breath brought frost and fear. The dragon's dominion displaced orcs and beasts from the Sword Mountains, their threat a shadow upon Phandalin's safety. Unyielding in the face of adversity, the townsfolk cast a veil of change over their governance. The townmaster's reign was exchanged for a council of three, a trinity of wisdom that vowed to guide the village with unwavering hands. And then, oh, the realm of adventurers and scribes converged upon Phandalin. Volothamp Gedarm's quill told tales of the town, and suddenly, an influx of wanderers descended like a tidal wave, their footprints etched in the land. Oh, the streets thrummed with new life, with inns and taverns competing for the favor of these eager travelers. Yet, with newfound popularity came a torrent of unforeseen events, from visiting nobles stumbling into danger to thrill-seekers awakening the monsters of old. The very town was reborn once more, not just as a place of dwelling but a crossroads of destiny. But even in the midst of this renaissance, shadows gathered. The beholder Gavmagon, an embodiment of madness, emerged from the abyss, his presence a maelstrom of chaos that tainted the land. It all began with an explorer, Aladair by name, a seeker of secrets and a wanderer of forgotten paths. As stars twinkled overhead, Aladair's keen senses detected a ripple in the fabric of reality itself. The source of this disturbance, like a puzzle piece yearning to be found, was none other than the lair of Gavmagon. Like a moth drawn to an enigmatic flame, Aladair embarked on a perilous journey into Gavmagon's lair. The echoes of his footsteps mingled with the whispers of the unknown, and soon, his presence was swallowed by the shadows. But fate's design is intricate, and word of Aladair's disappearance reached the ears of Lady Ilsa Wisemantle, a luminary of Neverwinter's elite. With wisdom as her guide and a heart full of concern, Lady Ilsa Wisemantle's voice resonated through the halls of power. The town council of Phandalin, captivated by her plea, was stirred to action. They heeded the call of adventure, sending forth a fellowship of champions. Yet, within the web of this tale, Gavmagon's machinations were far from still. His power radiated like a beacon, catching the attention of other beholders dwelling in the shadows of the land. These rival beholders, hungry for power and coveting Gavmagon's dominion, saw an opportunity ripe for the taking. Among these contenders, Varantu emerged, his name whispered in awe and trepidation. And in the realm where magic and intrigue converged, Varantu cast forth his agent, the elf known as Faltrand. This enigmatic figure, clad in shadows and driven by ambition, was dispatched to infiltrate Gavmagon's lair, intercept Aladir, and confront Gavmagon himself. And as the years unfurled, the dreams of wealth that were poised to cascade like rivers into Phandalin faltered. The mines that once promised riches now stood as silent chambers, the flow of prosperity stilled. In the year of the duplicitous courtier, 1496 DR, the town faced a crossroads yet again. A mayoral election, a contest of visions, pitted Harbin Wester against Sildar Hallwinter. The very soul of Phandalin was at stake, as debates raged over the role of adventurers in its fate, an issue fueled by the arrival of the Acquisitions Incorporated company. Amidst this, an ogre named Stuasant, strangely wise, attacked local livestock, adding a layer of turmoil to the unfolding tale. And thus the saga of Phandalin's second resettlement unfolded, a tale of resurgence and challenges, a tapestry woven with threads of determination, leadership, and the enduring spirit of a village that refused to be bound by the chains of history. Allow me to paint a canvas of the vibrant tapestry that adorned Phandalin's streets. Inns and taverns stood as oases of merriment and rest, each with its own tale to tell. First, the Stonehill Inn, a haven of warmth and camaraderie, presided over by the jovial Toblin Stonehill. A man who had journeyed from the east of Tribor, his heart's yearning led him to hospitality's embrace, turning him into a keeper of stories and dreams. This modest inn, like a hearth for weary wanderers, beckoned travelers to rest, to share tales of their journeys as they reclined under its welcoming roof. But oh, the sleeping giant. A place of darkness and danger, where shadowy figures slinked like whispers in the night. Grista, a surly dwarf, held the reins of this tumultuous establishment, its patrons not just of the mundane sort but tinged with the hues of banditry, the red brands finding solace within its walls. And let's not forget the Danley and Sons Inn, a beacon of refuge when Phandalin was reborn from ruins in the late 14th century DR. Within its time-worn walls, dreams were rekindled, and the symphony of life echoed. Shops and businesses, like jewels in a treasure chest, glistened amidst the streets. Barthen's Provisions, a haven for traders and seekers of goods, bore the name of Elmar Barthen, a kindly figure whose presence was like a gentle wind guiding the sails of commerce. The Edermath Orchard, nurtured by the hands of Darren Edermath, was not just a field of apples but a canvas of memories, a half-elf's retreat from a life of battles to one of growth and sweet cider. Weapons and armor gleamed within the Lion Shield Coster, Lenine Greywind's kingdom of protection. And oh, the Miners' Exchange, a place where the past was traded like gold, held a place of honor as one of the town's pivotal institutions, guiding the steps of historians and traders alike. As time wove its tale, other figures entered the stage. Halia Thornton, a former member of the Zentarim, founded the Phandalin Miners' Exchange. The Shrine of Luck, once abandoned, found new life under the tender hands of Sister Goril, its doors open to those who sought blessings and guidance. A mansion, Trezendar Manor, stood as a monument to the past, a place of secrets guarded by the red brands. And what of the fields that stretched like a green sea? The Alderleaf Farm, tended by the insightful Kelline Alderleaf, was not just a farmstead but a testament to history's embrace, as she held on to the legacy of Alderleaf's leadership from a bygone era. Amidst the orchards, Thel Dendrar's wood carving stood as a haunting reminder of the tragedy that had befallen the town. As time unfurled, a trio of wise leaders stepped into the role of guardians, guiding the village with hands forged by experience and resolve. First among them, Harbin Wester, a man whose tenure was marked by controversy, his mayoral reign navigating the turbulent waters of change. His voice, a reminder of the complexity of leadership, echoed through the decisions that shaped Phandalin's path. But lo, amidst the ebb and flow of time, a stalwart figure emerged, Sildar Hallwinter, a knight of the Order of the Gauntlet, a man whose heart beat to the rhythm of justice. With his wisdom and commitment to honor, he bore the mantle of leadership, casting a light upon the village that transcended the temporal bounds of the years. Oh, and let us not forget the wanderers who ventured from distant lands, drawn to Phandalin's embrace by the call of adventure and opportunity. A company known as Acquisitions Incorporated, a congregation of bold spirits and even bolder ambitions, found their way to the village, adding a new dimension to the tapestry. Among them, the renowned Omen Dran, a figure whose enigmatic presence was like a riddle that dared to be unraveled. He stood as a beacon for those who sought a chance to carve their names into the annals of history. As the years danced onward, the pulse of Phandalin thrummed with life, its heart intertwined with the tapestry of adventurers who flocked to its streets. The Forge of Spells, that coveted font of enchantment, continued to draw the curious and the daring, its very existence a promise of power and potential. But shadows never truly retreat, and the red brands, like lingering ghosts of a darker past, cast their malevolent gaze upon the village. The very word redbrand evoked whispers of fear, a reminder that even amidst prosperity, the echoes of old conflicts could resurface. And amidst it all, the spectral figure of Cryovane, the white dragon, still cast its frozen shadow over the land. His presence, a testament to the dangers that lurked beyond the village's borders, was a reminder that Phandalin's story was not just a tale of its streets but a chapter in the grand epic of the Sword Coast North. Dear kindred souls, as we step away from Phandalin's streets and bid farewell to its history, let us remember that even the most humble village can become a nexus of destiny, where the threads of lives interweave to form a tale that echoes through time. As we journey on, may we carry with us the spirit of Phandalin, a spirit of resilience, camaraderie, and the unyielding pursuit of dreams. As always, if you would like to hear many more tales and legends, don't forget to hit like and subscribe.